It's Food O'Clock on Real Craft Beer. Iceland have got a brand new product out in collaboration with Cathedral City. And this is their new cheesy sprouts and bacon. It's topped with toasted breadcrumbs, cheddar cheese and parsley. There's a look at the packaging. Now it's 500 grams. You get 3 items for £10. It's 3 for 10 of these meals in Iceland. So I picked up another couple of the Cathedral City bits and pieces. But there's a look at it. Now, I've made a choice. And I made a choice because people, you clever people out there, sorry to wave a knife at you clever people, but you lovely clever people out there have... I said I'm always quite nervous of cooking in plastic. And I really am. I don't really want to be cooking in plastic. So, one of you, or a few of you said, why don't you grab a bowl? It's frozen, it's solid. Put it in a bowl like so, and cook it in the bowl. Okay, it might sag a bit into the bottom of the bowl, but I think we're going to get all of the cheese on the top. Nothing's going to really spill out over the side, I don't think, as long as we get it smack in the middle. That should work. So let's put this theory to the test then. Will this work in the bowl? I just think to myself, plastic these days, cooking it for 50, goes in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes on gas max 6 or 180 degrees on a fan assisted oven. Let's get it in then. And I'll be back in 50 minutes when it's cooked. Okay, we got the oven glove on ready. It's gonna be a boiling hot plate. But I do have an idea. Oh, look at this! Doesn't that look really good? This is my idea. Chopping board, hand underneath, bang, getting straight into it. So we have some bacon, parsley, cheddar cheese and the breadcrumbs. Now if you remember, the breadcrumbs were sprinkled over the top of this dish. Now about 15 minutes to go, I had to give it a bit of a whirl round because it was starting to burn on the top. So I've actually mixed, look at this, loads of sprouts. I mean, we're heading into Christmas season, so I'm really not surprised by this at all. So everything's mixed in, all the breadcrumbs, all the bacon, all the cheese. You've got to love sprouts. There's no denying this. You have to like sprouts to enjoy something like this. Now, thankfully, I love sprouts. I love bacon. I love cheese. I think this is going to be really good. I love Cathedral City cheese. So, piping hot food as always. Let's get in. Oh. Oh, it's a proper autumn, winter, seasonal dish, this. Oh, it's so flavoursome. The cheese is divine. Oh. The sprouts. Well, I'm going to say this is slightly disappointing. They've changed, well, I read an article about a couple of years ago now, that they changed the dynamic, they changed the genes, if you like, of the sprout. They've managed to take away the bitterness of a sprout. And these sprouts, yeah, they're a little bit bitter. This one's slightly crunchy. maybe I've got used to drinking really bitter beer, and my palate's changed from being quite a sweet palate, really itchy nose, a really sweet palate to a really bitter palate. So perhaps this is just down to me. This is just down to the fact that I love bitterness now in my food and drink. Woo! But I've had bits of bacon in here. I think this is genius. I mean, you could make it yourself. You could definitely make it yourself, but I think if I made a big pot of this, I don't think my kids would be very happy. I'm glad I bought this as a meal for one, because I'm the only one who really will eat, literally, a bowl of sprouts with cheese and bacon in my household. When I seen this, I thought to myself, yeah, this is right up my street. I've cooked it for the correct time as well. It went in for that 50 minutes as it asked for. The cheese is, it's not an overly strong cheddar. I think it should be. More of a cheese sauce. It's more of a... Lots of people buy packs of cheese sauce and make dinners with cheese sauce. I think this is exactly what this is, but they've made like a Cathedral City version of a cheese sauce. It works. It works, but I think I would prefer... Let's get a bit of bacon. I can see a bit of bacon. I would prefer a bit more strength in the cheddar. With a little bit of bacon in there, really lovely. It's that, I think in Italy they call it pancetta. It's the pancetta, it's the little squares of bacon, Italian squares. It works, it does work, I like it. But you gotta love sprouts. The bacon's quite smoky. Quite smoky, quite delicious. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Hot. Let's give you the ingredients then. Let's see if there's any nasties in here. They're 48% Brussels sprouts. Now, yeah, it's nearly 50%. It's nearly half that whole dish is Brussels sprouts, which I think is terrific. I think it's brilliant. I think it should be a big bowl of Brussels sprouts. It's Cathedral City extra mature cheese, cheddar cheese, but it's the milk. So it's definitely a dried. It's definitely a dried powder. Cooked diced bacon, 7%, is pork belly. Oh, pork belly bacon, fantastic. Single cream milk, calcium carbonates. There's no E numbers in here. Reggiano cheese, wheat flour, there's a little bit of rapeseed oil, there's some flat parsley, leaf parsley, a bit of mustard powder and a bit of paprika. So it's actually, looking at this, no E numbers. It's pretty decent for you. And the description is, we've been crafting our award-winning cheddar for over 50 years, made in Cornwall, with milk from our dedicated West Country farms. We're proud to be the nation's favourite. There we go. I reckon you should go and try this if you're a big fan of Brussels sprouts. If you're a fan of oh! I knew I'd do that. It's like, why is this plate so hot? I haven't burnt myself, I promise. You're probably laughing your heads off, aren't you? Delightful. Absolutely delightful, this. Oh, I'm going to rate it. So, loads of drippy, melty cheese. Look at the bacon. Loads of bacon. There's a load of bacon there. Loads of sprouts. Yes, I think it's a good dish. 3 for £10 makes it £3.33. Could you make that for £3.33? You'd have to buy a load of cheddar. You'd have to buy a load of pork belly. Buy a load of sprouts. Your kids would moan. Your wife would moan. Your other kid would moan. Nobody would eat it. So I think for me, I think it's quite practical. It's quite a decent dish. I like that. I really like that. I like it enough to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I once made a sausage and sprout stew from Christmas leftovers when all my family flew out to Italy. So I've like lived on this kind of thing for 3 days before now. Massive batch of sprouts in the slow cooker. Loads of sausage. All of the wasted meat from Christmas. Chuck it all in a massive pot. And I was literally eating sprouts for days. Breakfast, dinner and tea. Just to get rid of it all. I don't like waste. 9 out of 10 from me. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.